Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with your NBA Fade the Public edition for this Saturday, May the 6th, Game 3 between the Knicks and Heat and also the Warriors and Lakers. Going to do a deep dive into both of those games, threes for you on Saturday afternoon and night, and let you know where the public is leaning on the side and totals, and also give you some analysis on not only the side and total itself, but a look at some player props as well, because we're in round 2 of the NBA playoffs here. Don't forget, Wager Talk TV has great content each and every day here on the network. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell for instant alerts when I sneak some of these weekend videos in as well. If you're joining us late Friday night or early Saturday, don't forget I'll be on Last Call Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can watch that replay as well right here anytime on Wager Talk TV. Quick reminder also, NBA has been number one here in 2023. The NBA playoffs have been fantastic as well. You can get the rest of my number one ranked NBA season for free when you buy baseball. Here's how it works. Buy the baseball package through the All-Star game. That gets you the next 2.5 months of MLB for just $329. And I'm including the rest of the NBA season for free. That's an additional $179 value for free. It's a buy one, get one. Get baseball for the next 2 months and get the rest of the NBA playoffs for free. No promo code needed. Get it right now on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. All right, let's look at the first game on Saturday afternoon. Both these games, by the way, on ABC national TV on Saturday. We'll start with the daytime game at 3:30 Eastern in the Eastern Conference. Two teams have pulled upsets in round one, two mediocre teams, in my opinion, and whoever advances here will not get by the Boston Philly winner, in my opinion. But they're going to play it nonetheless, and that's the New York Knicks against the 8 seed Miami Heat. Looks like Jimmy Butler's going to give it a go. Now, I'm doing this video on Friday night. Butler's is listed as questionable, but he is expected to play. He did a practice on Thursday night on the injured ankle. Says he's able to go. And when we look at the player prop for it at DraftKings, at least, they've got Jimmy Butler listed 27.5 points for his over/under. So obviously the sports books expect him to go as well. And that's why we've seen this line go from 3 up to -4. And the public is also expecting Butler to play because the public is backing the Miami Heat in this game. Pretty split on the total. I haven't seen much of a public lead on the total. It opened 208. It's up to 209. Once again, the public is back in the Miami Heat, and this line has gone from -3 up to -4, as it looks like Butler will play. Now, Butler's been fantastic in the playoffs. He was the main reason they upset the best team in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks, in round one. Milwaukee was a 1-13 favorite to win that series. Miami was around 8 or 9-1. So it was a big upset. In fact, they were 50-1 to win the series 4 games to 1 like they did. So a lot of people thought they might come back down to earth, but then again, the Knicks upset the Cavaliers, and the Knicks are a very inconsistent team as well. The Knicks, of course, lost game one as a home favorite, 108-101. Miami was down by 11 after the first quarter and outscored the Knicks by 18 points the final 3 quarters of that game. So that was a bad loss for the Knicks because they could very easily be up 2 games to none. Butler had 25 points in that game, but he did not play in game two, but the Heat still covered the spread. Line went from 6 to as high as 10.5 without Butler, and Miami lost by 6. So they pretty much covered the number from start to finish. There were a few 5.5s floating around initially before Butler was announced out, but went to 6, 6.5 pretty quick after that. So most people that had the Heat in that game got the cover. So the Knicks were 0-2 against the spread, 1-1 straight up in this series. Now they're catching 4 points. Caleb Martin, third-year player out of Nevada, had an excellent game too, 22 points. He basically filled in at small forward with Jimmy Butler out. But keep in mind, Martin is also listed as questionable. So we got both small forwards listed as questionable now. Butler had 25 in game one. Martin had 22 in game two. They both say they're going to play. I expect them both to play. Whether they're 100% healthy or not is a big question mark. And Caleb Martin's over-under points is at 9.5, by the way. One guy that's been great so far in this series, in fact, Gabe Vincent, the guard, has put up 20 points or more now in 3 straight playoff games. Game 5 against Milwaukee, and he's done it twice now in games 1 and 2. Vincent's over-under is only at 13.5. I was looking to fade him to the under because obviously he's got to cool off at some point. But once again, 13.5 is a pretty low total considering he's had 20 straight in 3 games. Hey, let me know your thought on the player props. We don't talk a lot about them during the regular season, but now that we're in the heart of the second round of the playoffs, less games on the board, we can dig in a little bit deeper. And I love the fact that we get these 7-game series where they go back and forth, and you can kind of play the zigzag, not only sides and totals, but you can do the zigzag with player props as well. So in the comments below, let me know if you're playing the player props, and let me know also where you see some value in these 2 games on Saturday. Once again, Miami's looking a little bit public, and the line has gone from -3 to -4. That game goes at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. All right, let's look at the big game on Saturday night, the primetime game, also on ABC at 8:30 Eastern, Game 3 in the Western Conference Semifinals between the Warriors and the Lakers. LA pulls the upset in game one, and then Golden State bounced back as expected in game two. And I say as expected because I had a strong best bet Thursday night for my clients on the Warriors in game two at WagerTalk.com. And it was never in doubt. It was close for a little while there in the first quarter. Lakers actually had the lead. In fact, they were up by 7 early in the first half, up by 6 after the first quarter. But then Golden State smacked them after that and ran away with the game, outscoring them by 33 points over the final 3 quarters. Big question, though, is can Golden State keep that momentum going in game three, not only after the big win, but more importantly on the road, where they've had an extreme home road dichotomy this season. Golden State is 36-10 at home straight up this year, but they're just 13-32 away from home. Now, a lot of that is obviously misleading because they're a lot better than a 6 seed, but the Lakers are a lot better than a 7 seed. I mean, both of these teams would have been Class A teams this year, in my opinion, if they'd had their full lineups healthy. And Golden State's biggest difference on the road isn't that they've been weaker shooting threes. You would think a team that lives and dies by the three-point shot would be a lot better at home because they shoot better, and that's somewhat the case. They've shot about a percentage point and a half better at home than on the road. But what's been really noticeable has been the defense, especially the field goal defense and the three-point shooting defense. Overall this season, they give up 35 and a half, but they give up 38 and a half on the road. That means they give up almost 6 percentage points lower at home from three-point range, and they give up almost 3.5% lower from the field at home versus the road. However, Andrew Wiggins missed several months this year. He is their best perimeter defender. He's back in the lineup. So once again, don't read too much into that extreme home road dichotomy. Golden State's had a lot of these players for many years, and they've won on the road in the past. So I'm not going to read too much into that. But on the surface, the situation does definitely look to favor the Lakers for a couple reasons. First of all, quality teams off blowout losses are usually a good bounce back play in the playoffs. And obviously, the Lakers were embarrassed in game two after the 27-point road loss. Golden State relies heavily on the three. So if they have an off night from three-point range, they're going to be in trouble. What's interesting is Golden State has not had an off night yet from three-point range. They're 42 for 95 in this series so far from three-point range. They shot a very solid 40% in game one and 50% in game two. Now, they won by 27 in game two, as expected. When you shoot from 50 from three on 42 attempts, you're going to win. In fact, they were 33 points net advantage from three-point range, won by 27. But what's interesting is game one, they were a net 15 three-pointers made advantage. That's a 45-point advantage from three-point range, yet they lost by 5. That means the Lakers were plus 50 points from two-point range in the free throw line in game one, and it means the Lakers were plus 6 points from two-point range in the free throw line in game two. And keep in mind, Tony Brothers, my boy Tony Brothers, worked game two on Thursday night, and we all knew they wanted the Warriors to get back into that series. The script was written, and that's another reason I was happy to see Brothers as a head crew chief when I had the Warriors as a best bet. You would expect the Lakers to probably get some more foul calls at home here in game three. Could that affect the total? Perhaps we'll see. This line opened 228.5. It's now down to 227.5. The team totals, obviously, the Lakers are around 115.5. Golden State's 112.5. So obviously, more free throw attempts for the Lakers could help their team total. As far as the point spread, it opened -2. It's up to -3. I do think there was a little bit of sharp money early on the Lakers because the public, let's get to the public info, is leaning towards the Warriors in this game. No lean on the total. I'd say that's pretty neutral. But the Warriors do look like a public underdog in this game. So the public consensus on this one is on Golden State, which is understandable because the public just saw them blow out the Lakers on Thursday night primetime by 27 points. So looks like a little bit of a contrarian call with LA here to bounce back in game three. This one's at 8:30 Eastern on Saturday night on ABC. Far as the player props in this one, some early numbers. We're looking at the stars. Obviously, Klay Thompson, 23.5 points over under. LeBron, 26.5 is his over under. Obviously, these are guys who are going to have to play a big role because Steph Curry's at 30.5. He's the guy everyone is keyed upon. And of course, we got to mention Anthony Davis, 24.5. So Curry's got the highest number in this series, and for good reason. He's been just fantastic in recent weeks. He had that huge game 7 against the Kings. Had only 20 points in game 2 the other night, but he only played 30 minutes. And in that loss in game 1, he had 27 points, 38 minutes. So he's actually stayed under 30.5 in the first 2 games of this series. Thompson had 25 in game 1, and Thompson had 30 in game 2. So if you're looking for a guy to regress a little bit, it might be Klay Thompson. His total once again is at 23.5, so it is priced in a bit. For the most part, I think the odds makers have done a pretty good job with these player prop odds, and the zigzag has been somewhat priced in. Once again, let me know your thoughts if you're looking at these player props, if you have any advantages, that you see any advantages here, because once again, we're doing this together. We all get smarter together. We all win together. It's us against the sports books. Let's have a huge Saturday in the NBA playoffs. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you found this video useful. Wanted to do a quick hitter. We only have 2 games on Saturday. Wanted to do a quick hitter. I don't have the matchups yet for Sunday because I'm doing this video on Friday night, or the results from Friday for Sunday's game 3s. But check back, or game 4s rather. Check back though this weekend if I can get some information together. Maybe we'll do a quick hitter video as well for Sunday's game. So it's yet another reason to hit subscribe and hit that bell for instant alerts when all videos and shows go live here on WagerTalk TV. Hit the thumbs up, the like button as well if you found it useful, and leave me comments below. I read all the comments. I reply back. I love the support. Let's win together. And don't forget about baseball. NBA has been great this year. You know I'm number one in 2023, over 80 units won already the first 4.5 months here. NBA playoffs have been fantastic. Wouldn't it be nice to get the next month and a half, the rest of the NBA playoffs through the finals in late June for free? That's a $179 value for free. Well, you can do so right now when you buy the 2-month baseball package, which gets you all baseball through the All-Star game on July 11th. It's the next 2 months plus of baseball for just $329, and he gets the rest of the NBA for free. It's so simple, no promo code needed. The offer's on my page right now. Let's start winning together this Saturday for the next 2+ months of baseball and the rest of the NBA season. Just $329, no promo code needed. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Don't forget about the free plays as well. I try to post a free play every day for you. Games they were just a bit outside from making the cut, and they've done quite well. I believe in quality over quantity. We have 1 to 2 best bets a day. That means those free plays are pretty powerful as well. Check those out on a daily basis on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. You can also get free information on Twitter at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter. Thanks for watching. As always, get to that shortcut quicker with WT.buzz/SM for that promo right now, baseball, and get the rest of basketball for free. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Hit subscribe, hit the bell for instant alerts, and I'll talk to you again soon right here on WagerTalk TV.